Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to tell you how you can instantly 10x your energy. And this is a pretty bold claim, but I'm actually going to prove this today because if you take action, then I'm guaranteeing this works. Especially if you're new to working with energy, especially on a metaphysical level, this is going to be really, really helpful. So, first law of thermodynamics, because obviously we're talking about energy here, so we have to understand energy. And one of my favorite laws is the first law of thermodynamics, which states that energy cannot be created or destroyed, not one of these, but it can only be transformed. So there's never more or less energy, always the same amount of energy, just in different forms. Think like water, ice, and like steam, I guess. Those are like all water, but they're just transformed, okay? I'm probably not going to draw them for right now, but I hope you get the point. So understand that you already have the energy that you need at your disposal. It's just being used elsewhere. It's just transformed into something else. And the good thing is that you can actually reclaim it back. So I'm going to make this really short, but it is really profound. So the most common blocks are three things. I'm going to start on the right. The first one is a body block. So this is like when your diet consists out of unnatural processed foods instead of natural unprocessed foods. You're pretty easy be able to distinguish the difference. Like unnatural processed foods are like soda, like sugary stuff, usually just unhealthy foods. That's like the general way of putting it. And a lack of water usually also causes dips in energy or lack of energy for that matter. So these are the first two things. And then the second thing is excess potential. Now I made a really in-depth video explaining how this works. It's called Life is Balance. But the short explanation is that whenever you see something which is not actually there in reality, because once again, everything is energy in this reality. There's plenty of evidence which you can literally find online to know that this is true. Like everything is energy. It's not just spiritual. It's even people like Einstein, Nikola Tesla said it. Everything is energy, which means that if you actually start to give things meaning with your mind, the meaning that you give to these things actually doesn't exist because everything is energy. So you're basically giving meaning to stuff which is energy, and that's not really how it works. So what happens then is you start to build up this energy reserve. Think of it like a spring, and whenever the spring becomes too compressed, whenever there's too much tension in the spring, then the spring is eventually going to like collapse or like break or explode, and that's when excess potential is released, and that's usually when a bunch of problems arise. So the key is in not putting things on a pedestal, for example. It's in not worrying about money, it's in not being perfectionistic, it's in not feeling guilty, inferior, superior, design your goals, design money. Because really briefly said, and I'm probably going to make like an in-depth video about this, but you're essentially seeing stuff which is not there. You cannot feel guilty because literally everything is the same. So why would you be guilty of something? You cannot feel inferior or superior because everyone is literally the same. So there's not like better or worse. It's just things are. Might be really spiritual, but it's true. The same with desiring your goals. The key here is desire. When you desire something, it means that you see yourself separate from the thing. Let's say that you are this and you desire something here, for example, like another person, then you are basically not this other person, and because you desire it, you basically distance yourself from them. So you put a distance between you and the other person, but in reality, everything is just energy. Remember. So this means that it doesn't make sense to do this at all because you already are the same as that person, essentially. The same with desiring money, especially because money is actually like invented by humans. It's invented like 6,000 years ago. So it's not actually like a true product of nature, which makes it even more susceptible to excess potential. Perfectionism, wanting things to be perfect because perfect doesn't exist. I mean, there's 8 billion people and everyone is different. No one is perfect. So this already proves a big point. Worrying about money for the same premise and putting things on a pedestal. Once again, seeing yourself as below something, below someone. This puts a huge amount of excess potential in the game. And once again, that's going to release if you build it up too much. So the second thing is excess potential. Now, how do you get rid of excess potential? By the way, for body blocks, it should make sense. If you want to obviously have a better diet, you need to eat natural unprocessed foods, and you need to drink enough water. That's pretty straightforward. But for excess potential, what you have to do is drop these things with conviction. Now, the reason you want to drop these is because you don't need them. Like, it doesn't matter whether you feel inferior or superior. It just matters that you do the work required in order to achieve your goal. It doesn't matter whether you desire your goal, because I hope that you intend on achieving it, so that you can just stop desiring it, because you are going to get it anyway, and this removes a lot of the energy. You can stop worrying about money, because money is invented by humans, so there's no need for you to worry about it. There's like 11 trillion, I think, in the world. So 80 trillion. People are very mixed about this, but there's plenty of money in the world, so you don't need to worry about it. That's going to reclaim a lot of energy. But the important thing is that you need to drop it with conviction. Because if you just think okay, I don't desire money, or okay, I don't desire my goal, then your subconscious won't take it seriously. The mind has to really be genuine and convicted and real about the decision to drop this, so that the subconscious can actually accept it. Because otherwise the subconscious won't accept it. You can't fool your own subconscious. That's kind of the key. Now, and the last one is oppressions. This is a big one. Definitely try this out after the video. The first one is promises which are not yet fulfilled. So this is like when you tell someone, I will do this for you, I will do this. Even when you tell yourself that you're going to do something, then every time you do this, there's basically like a shackle, or like an energy shackle, if you like to call it like that, that you connect towards yourself. So whenever you have a promise, you add on a energy shackle to your body, and this happens with all of the promises that you make, and eventually this becomes so heavy that you're not able to do anything, because you made all of these promises and they're not yet fulfilled. Keep in mind that I say not yet fulfilled. So if you actually make a promise and you fulfill it, the energy is freed up. Then the shackle goes away. This is probably a really strange analogy, but I hope you get the point. So the key is to, first of all, stop making so many promises, because every promise that you make takes up a bit of your energy. Very important to realize this. And the second thing is understanding that you want to fulfill promises as soon as possible. So this is important, why it's just why if you say something, that you do it as soon as possible, because this is going to free up the energy, and you can then use the energy towards other things. So either don't make as many promises, or fulfill the promises quickly, or just a mix of both. The second one is expectations you set but not yet reached. Also a very important one. So let's say that you set yourself the expectation that you need to be better than everybody else. Or let's say you set the expectation that you need to create incredible content that's super engaging, super interesting, super set to the expectations you set. This is also going to take up a lot of your energy, because when you haven't reached the expectations yet, because using expectation means something which you expect in the future, when you haven't yet reached that, it takes up a lot of your energy. And most of these things are definitely unconscious. So when you set an expectation of I need to be better than everybody else, or I need to make this work, I need to achieve my goal, I need to make a great content, I need to finish this assignment, whatever you're doing. Whenever you have set that expectation, you're actually giving away some of your energy towards that. So as soon as you drop this, once again with conviction, or complete in this case, then you're going to take back the energy in a sense. So as a really brief summary, the 3 most common blocks to transforming your energy are body blocks, so make sure that you have a good diet; excess potential, so make sure that you don't put things on a pedestal, make sure that you just see the world for what it is, understand that nothing is better or worse, everything is just the same; and lastly, oppressions. So just take a moment, list out all of the promises you have made to yourself, to other people, that you haven't yet fulfilled, and then drop them with conviction. Now what I mean with drop them is just erase them, for example, or cross them out, and really mean it. Be genuine in your decision to drop these things. The same with expectations. Just drop them because you don't need them. It doesn't truly matter whether you create an incredible video or not. For example, with this one, I'm sure it's probably not the perfect video, but I don't care enough to actually make it a perfect video, because if I would care enough, I would have to sacrifice a lot of the energy that I could be using towards make it a video. So hope that wasn't too tricky. Use these 3 methods to instantly 10x your energy, and I can guarantee if you try this out, it will work because it has worked for me. So hope you enjoyed today's video. Looking forward to seeing the next one.